this brings me to like the thing I brought up earlier. It's like, okay, so spouses running businesses together, and likely travel is required for being a professional athlete.
Yeah.
So how do you do it?
Honestly, it's been normal since we first got married. I think it's funny because it's kind of how our life overall has gone. Even like open the business, like we opened in the middle of the pandemic. So like anything else that comes at us, we're like, oh, that's cool. That's normal. Like we're used to rolling with the punches. And so really from the get-go, because we got pregnant with Duke like 6 months into marriage. And so like Rio had just happened that year and she was already training for Tokyo. And she was also at the time working another part-time job. I was working a full-time job. And as travel began to pick up, honestly, I just think we made the decision very early on because we had heard so many different couples, especially having kids and just being married, of like, oh, once you get married or once you have a kid, once you have 2 kids, once you have 3 kids, whatever, then like your life is either over, you can't do something anymore, or it's just not going to be fun. And so we
have to pay a lot for babysitters.
Yeah, or you have to do that. And so we just kind of made the decision from the get-go that like, regardless of like what life looked like, we were all in this together. It wasn't Kaleo's going off and doing her volleyball thing and I'm going off and doing my youth pastor thing and whatever, and then Duke's just a baby chilling. Like we all did these things together.
Yeah.
So we made that decision very early on, and it still again plays greatly in our lives today.
Yeah, it's cool. The power of being a team. That we all have a common goal, which is to be our best selves, and to do it together. And like in the business, it's the business being successful, and in our family, it's each of us being successful. And I think like with travel specifically, we've worked together. He thankfully is not the type of father who's sort of in the background. He's very at the forefront. And so when I leave, the like transition can be hard, and it just looks different, but he is more than willing to be that piece. And I think in business too, like we all have our individual roles, but being able to be on the same page about having the same goal